28-0 win to start the season with a home to York. I guess a very professional performance as much as anything.
Yeah, I thought outstandingly defensively we were outstanding. I thought we had to start really well because of the conditions. It was raining when we started off. The pitch was very, very heavy, and it's a little bit of a lottery at times. And we wanted to take that away from York. We knew they'd come strong with strong structure and a strong D, and we took it away from them. And 20 points to 0 up at half time, and then the pitch cut up, and it was really difficult to play. Really difficult to manage the game. We went for a period there where we had 10 minutes on our goal line, 5 or 6 sets. We had 4 tries disallowed for forward passes. So again, a really good performance. Maybe could have kicked a few goals. The last goal was a poor effort of a kick. But again, I thought we managed the game pretty well and got the win. And 28 points to 0 against a team that will come real good and put some teams under tremendous pressure. I thought we did really well.
I mean, they obviously had their problems pre-season, and it's a pretty sort of hastily built team that they've had this year, but still knew they were going to pose plenty of dangers, and they did show that at times.
Yeah, definitely. They pulled players in from Castleford, full-backs from Castleford, comes from good stock and a good spot, so they can do that around their area. There's plenty of teams around there. Bradford, Wakefield, Castle, them teams where you get good players that are floating about and they pick them up. They put that side together, but there's a lot of quality in there as well. They threw some good shape at us, and their shape will get better. But we just bothered about ourselves and how we conducted ourselves. I thought we were great. I thought there was a couple of late shots on our pivots off their goal line. We were put on a team warning, and one time there they were offside. The Clark Dally left him on the floor, and and maybe they should have been put on a team warning. But we rode the storm. I thought York were very good in the second half and spoilt us a little bit and come out hard and got plenty of possession, but we didn't break our line, and that's the most pleasing thing. When a side with good structures throws shape at you and you don't break. I thought manfully on our goal line D we were outstanding. We had to juggle our side a little bit when we lost Danny Morrow, then when we lost Brad Crellin as well to a blood bin. So we had to readjust and restructure our side a little bit, and I thought we did that really well, and we settled down real quickly. And I just thought it was a great professional performance.
I mean, even though conditions obviously weren't great and kind of dictated that it was very much players taking the ball up rather than throwing it around, there was some really well worked tries, particularly the two with Shane Toll and the one that Luke Cresta got as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Which isn't easy to do in those.
No, definitely. And we play, and you probably play off the line a little bit. That makes you probably easy to defend against, and they mapped off pretty well York, and they shut it down. But we got them a couple of times, even on the tries that were disallowed. There was good structure thrown in there, and we pulled off some good players. And we did score some good tries, but equally again there was some fantastic defence on the edges. Shane Toll pulled off a great try on the popular side corner, as did Ryan Fieldhouse on the opposite corner. So we got the hunger to defend, and that's part of the game. Defending is one part of the game, attacks the other, and I thought we did it really well. Middle spell, people say to me, great for staff, but it's 80 minutes for me of sheer hard work that we put in. Difficult as well to defend in heavy conditions and map off, and we did that really well against a lot of stuff that was thrown against us.
Yeah, because to nil a team in any match is a pretty impressive achievement. Like I say, especially when there was that period in the second half where there was a few penalties going against you. There was a lot of cool heads needed.
Yeah, definitely. And in modern day football, I mean, the game's free flowing and there's Big Tens. It's pretty difficult to defend for long periods of time, and we did that. We probably could have took shots at goal a couple of times, and we didn't do. We wanted to run the ball, especially when we had the ascendancy and we're 20-0 up. We run the play. We could have turned the clock over and kicked goals. Daz Carter was on the mic and he was saying, "Do you want to take two, or do you want to run?" And we had a little discussion there, and we let them run. We let them make the call, and we just kept the pressure on. I don't think we're in any danger of losing the game. We were never in any trouble. We're just very comfortable on our goal line to D. We've worked on it. Mark, you've been with us doing that as well with the amateur game, and and it's paid off. We do a lot of it, and it was really good today.
And like I say, rather than sort of going for two and looking to run the ball, is that a tactic that you sort of prefer to? Because obviously we do see a lot of teams nowadays do tend to go back more to sometimes kicking at goal.
Yeah, you do. It's just how you manage the game. At 20-0 up, I couldn't see them scoring 20 points against us or 22 points against us. So we wanted to run the clock and keep at that end of the field. It was very difficult for both teams to manage the field position. It was difficult to kick the ball. You're under pressure. You can't put any feet on to kick the ball, and you just get hard runners try to shut you down. And if you play off a flat line, they will shut you down. So it resorted on both sides, not putting as much pressure on as they should have done with kicks. So we opted to run the ball. and just mount some pressure on it. And we did that. I don't think we're in any danger at all. I keep saying it in losing the game. And I thought we managed the game pretty well and defended manfully brilliantly.
And I suppose again shows the sort of importance of making sure everybody comes into games with the right attitude and the right focus and holding that throughout the game.
Yeah, definitely, and that's a big thing, you know, from academy with ours and from us. It's all about how you present yourself and how you prepare mentally for games, because that's the only thing of the top sides in this division where they'll come unstuck. We watched Toulouse last year. You know, I watched them gradually pick up little traits that were going to let them down at some stage, and at the end it cost them the final. Then they pulled themselves together when they played us, and we don't want to get into that mindset where we drop off. We're on the players. You know, we've got a great team around me that can spot anything. Nobody gets away with anything here, and it's important that we keep our feet firmly on the ground. We'll show some good stuff on video, some bad stuff on video, and then we'll move on to commentary, which won't be easy down there. They've always give us a game, and they're a team, you know, that play with loads of enthusiasm and passion, and you know they haven't had the best of starts, but you know at home, in you know the first league game at home, they'll be certainly up for it. But again, if we defend like that and attack like that, you know we'll be up there come the end of the season.
And just on the injuries, how are Brad and Danny after coming off?
Well, Danny Morrow, you know, we think he might have cracked his shoulder. Hopefully it's not that, but the doctors seem to think that could be the case. Hopefully not, and else we'll lose him. He's been outstanding for us. Bradley Crellin, he come off with a blood bin and we got him back on. There's a couple of, you know, headshots, but there was no concussion rule that won't come into play for next week. So the only player we might lose is Danny Morrow. You know, there's Dewey that sat on the sideline there, and next week Danny Toll will become available as well. He's been working away, and so he hasn't made himself available, and we've got other people coming back. So, you know, hopefully Danny might miss a week, or it could be, you know, disastrous news for us. We're just still waiting on that.
Yeah, and just on Chris Fleming and Brett Carr, how are they at the minute?
Chris is having a scan on his back. He picked up an injury against in the Whitehaven game, I think it was, and he hasn't been right since, so they put him in for a scan. Brett Carter, he's got a bit of inflammation around the back of his knee, but with our wingers playing like they are, Luke and Shane, you know, he's got to work hard to get in our team and get on the training ground and show that he wants to play for us. You know, he's probably, you know, he's got to manage his knee, and the physios are just holding him back a little bit, but again, he'll get an opportunity. He can play centre, full back or wing for us as well. So at some stage over the next few weeks, you know, he'll get a shot to play.